Welcome into the Panthers.com video mailbag. Staff writer Max Henson here as the still undefeated Carolina Panthers get set to travel to Atlanta for Week 16. We've got our first question this week from Joe, who asks, any concern after the Giants game about clamping down on emotions too much and maybe coming out flat? Well, you see where the question comes from, obviously. Talk about the game in New York with Odell Beckham Jr., Josh Norman, tensions boiling over, a lot of discussion about what happened in that game. And yeah, things got a little out of hand. And of course, the NFL dealt with some punishment, some fines levied, and now for the Panthers, it's about moving on. That's what head coach Ron Rivera wants his team to do: move on, move forward, focus on the task at hand. That's the Falcons. And as far as their emotional intensity, I don't think you'll see a change for this Panthers team. They're going to still play emotional football. You can play emotional, intense, inspired football without getting involved in some extracurriculars after the whistle. I think that's what Ron Rivera will preach to his team throughout the week. So I would expect to continue to see the same juice you see from this Panthers team every time they take the field on Sunday. There might be more concerted effort to, once the play ends, let's get back to the huddle, let's focus on the next snap. But definitely expect to see plenty of enthusiasm on Sunday. We got our next question from Ty Lee, who asked, will Cameron Artis-Payne see more time at running back versus the Falcons? Yeah, I think you might see plenty more Cameron Artis-Payne. Of course, Jonathan Stewart, the Panthers are being very cautious with him. The Pro Bowl running back dealing with a foot injury. Don't want to stress that too much. Of course, with the Panthers in a good position right now at 14-0, they're going to be cautious. That means Cameron Artis-Payne, the rookie, in line for some more carries. You look last week against New York, he had 14 rushes for 59 yards, 2 catches for 34 yards. He was a bit tentative at times. That's something head coach Ron Rivera did say after the game, but they like what he did, and they think he'll only get better with more touches. Once Stewart is back healthy, you can certainly expect him to continue to be the workhorse he had been prior to his injury. But this week against Atlanta, definitely expect to see plenty more Cap. Got our next question from Leah, who asked, should Cam Newton or any other players sit out this game? With home field advantage on the line, absolutely not. This team has a lot to play for. It's very important to them to try to lock that up. With a win against Atlanta, they will be the #1 seed in the NFC. They will have home field throughout the playoffs. That's a goal for this team. That's something they're striving for. So by no means would you expect to see anybody sitting out this game if they're healthy. Now, if they win this game, clinch the NFC, and we're looking at Week 17, then you got a bit more of a discussion about resting players, although head coach Ron Rivera has said he does not want his players entering the playoffs rusty, wants to make sure they get plenty of time to continue to develop that consistency they've had all season long. But that'll be a question for next week. Well, thanks for the questions, everybody. We'll do it again next time right here on Panthers.com.